Hi everyone. In this video, we will see how to create a Android emulator in our Windows machine, which we can use for recording our scripts using JMeter and LoadRunner. So I am opening Android Studio here. First, we need to download Android Studio. After downloading Android Studio, we need to install our Android SDKs. After installing Android SDKs, we need to create a simple project which will run on a emulator. So here, these are the detailed. These are the Android emulator 363 MB, Android tools 33. So we can select the required emulators and required details while you're creating the emulator. So let's download the required information into our machine. The software SDK, software development kit of Android will be downloaded, and that will be placed in our user local app data. Uh, so once we have all the information, so we can create a simple project, and we can run a simple emulator in our machine. So let's wait for a few minutes. So now required Android versions and the required emulator code is downloaded and installed in our local now. So if you see that log here, so Android SDK is up to date, running Intel XM. So it's installed, required all the information. Now I'm clicking finish. So we have an Android Studio with the required SDKs and the libraries and required emulator software. Now just to start a emulator, we need a project. So just I'm creating a new project. So it's a basic. I'm creating it as a phone or tablet, and it's a basic activity. And click next. Here I'm giving as my application. Just I'm not changing anything. Making even that we can change it as per our requirement. So I'm selecting the latest OS 12 Android 12 version, or we can go with the Android latest version as well. So let me select the Android 33, it's the latest version. So less than 1% of devices. So that is the reason why I'm selecting this one. So 13.5% of devices now what current Android devices are using is having 13.5% percent of devices are using 12 OS. So let's take at 11. So it's a 40%. So most of the active mobiles which are using the Android 11 OS. So I'm clicking finish here. Okay, now it will create a required jars or required configurations from the Google. As the Android OS is owned by the Google, so it will download required information here, and will create a basic project like it's like a hello world or something. We use that project and we'll be running on an emulator. So just basically what we're doing is we're creating a project, and that project we are running on our Android device, which is an emulator. We'll call it an emulator, and once we have an emulator, we will use that emulator for our recording purpose. Like if you want, like we record a script in JMeter for the web traffic. So same way, like if you want to record a traffic for a JMeter or LoadRunner from a app. So for that we need an emulator. So without creating a project, Android Studio will not allow you to create an emulator. So very first time. That's a very first time. So once you have an emulator created with your Android Studio, then no need of running your project every time. So just you can directly start the emulator with the play button. So which I'll show you in this video later. So once everything is done, so it will open a UI with the IntelliJ, where like you will be having the same kind of UI of IntelliJ. So most of developers use IntelliJ for their as an IDE for development. So we have the same kind of user interface here. So but it will includes with the Android flavor. So once this is done, we'll be having our project up and running up. So we need to compile that and we need to run it on our emulators. So yeah, let's wait for the to initialize this project and complete that. uh, yeah, it's done now, so I'm clicking on finish. So it will open a it will open our project now. That's it, showing it's loading here. If you see here, it was indexing our Android Studio details, and here it was loading a project. Once it up, so we can use the device manager here to create on the top right side of your screen. It was showing a vertically, which is Gradle device manager and systems emulators. Okay, so if you by using device manager, we can manage our device, like changing the configurations or increasing the RAM or ROM of that devices. So in the emulator window, you will be having our virtual devices. So the sample project as created here, or the project what we created before in this video in the initial stages. So once we have this project ready, so we will be running this project in emulator. Yeah, so let's let it load. It almost done. Yeah. Okay, so if you go to device managers here, if you click on device manager, so we have any one pixel 3a p33. So now you can start this. If we have a play symbol here, so if you see the play symbol, if you click on this, it will create a virtual emulator. So now if you know virtual devices are running here. Now if you see that, so it will open device manager. So if you click this here, it will open the emulator. So maybe because of this Gradle build is going on, it was not opening. So hold wait for a few minutes. So it will start a emulator here. So here we have already one device. So I'm creating a new virtual device here. So click here device, select the phone here, and select Pro 6 Pixel 6 Pro. New hardware profile, no. So just click on next. Here if you see here, we are downloading the 33, the latest OS. If we don't want the latest one, so we can change the whatever we want. So I'm selecting the 33 which is already downloaded in our local. So I'll click next, and Pixel 33, we are giving the name as a Pixel 33 and the OS version. So if you want AVD name, so name, so if you want to give any specific name, I'm giving it as test device, giving it as test device. Now if you want to more detail configuration, like speed, RAM core, CPU size, and RAM size, so you can increase these details. So now I'm taking 2046. Here I'm taking 1024. Internal storage, instead of I'm taking 204. Internal storage I'm taking a 204, and SD card I'm taking a 1024 for 1 GB, and I'm clicking finish here. Clicking finish, so it will create a new virtual device. Here you should see another device here. which under the device manager you should see another device. Yeah, it's a test device. We got it now. So if you see, it's showing the connecting to emulator. Yeah, there you go. We got the Android device with the respect to configuration. So now it was booting. So it will take some time to, like, just like your Android device, it will take some time to start your device. So now device is created successfully. So it takes some time to show complete options what we have in real Android device. So this is how we need to create the emulator. Thanks for listening, these friends. Please subscribe and share the video.